You're tuning into Floridian Rollo, and I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I am coming at you with another live stream. All right, let's get right to it. Let's go.
Litigation. Oh my God, how much I have to spend on litigation on this. The lawsuits, the critics saying it couldn't be done. So, for those of you who are keeping score, I've got more than 10 lawsuits. We have a pretty good record. Every time it's gone before a judge, the judge says, no, the state is right, MTA's right, they're on the right path, they're doing this legally, and so why are we here? And
So she has 10 lawsuits that she's dealing with, and she's saying that the judges and the legal team is throwing away all her cases, of what the lawsuits have been, over the last couple of years or so. All right, let's continue.
again, later this month, guess where we'll be? We'll be back in court defending our program once again, but we'll just keep on winning. We'll be winning so much, we'll be tired of winning.
The winning that she's talking about is taken from the people, taken from the hard-earned people. So they're going to raise up the fare. They're going to raise up the fare eventually, and they're also going to raise up the prices of the toll thing. And I was told that in order to get into Manhattan, it's about $45, $50 before you reach Manhattan. So New Jersey, because you have a lot of people from New Jersey drive in to the city, have to pay that going and leaving before they go into New Jersey and pay other tolls on the turnpike in New Jersey, because you got people drive as far as Atlantic City to go into New York City. You got people drive as far as Connecticut, go into New York City. People from the New York State drive into New York City to go to work. And so by the time they get to work, they're already paying a lot. So the money that they try to save or try to, accumulate to take care of business, it's hard for them to do it. Okay? So can you imagine you go into New York, you're paying $45, $50. What is it, $25 to go through the Holland Tunnel, Lincoln Tunnel, and then the congestion fee? That's an additional $25, $30. It might go up to $40 from what I'm hearing. Telling you, it's crazy. Let's continue to hear this.
So anybody trying to kill this program, just tell it to the judge, because they're going to be on our side. And as a reminder, there are a lot of people who really thought that this was going to result in their lives being affected negatively out on Long Island, the Hudson Valley, New Jersey, and others.
They are being affected. Now she's saying they're not being affected. She's saying they're not being affected. They are being affected. Now watch what she says. Now I'm listening to this in real time with y'all, okay? Let's go.
It's a little bit quieter these days. The opposition's kind of calmed down, right? Anybody notice that? It's calmed down because people like getting across the bridges faster. They like coming to the city with more time on their hands. They're happy not to sit in traffic. So to those individuals,
this is what they've been wanting. They don't want you to drive into Manhattan. They want you to take the transportation. They don't want you to have leverage of driving. So I don't know how true it is. However, you see what it says, traffic down, business up. Is business really up? I don't know. I'm not in the city, so I won't know. Only people that's in the city, that's still in New York City, will have to come in the comment section and tell me what's going on. For those who's in New York City, tell me what's going on. Or those who travel to New York City, is it true that business is up in New York City? Because she's saying the traffic is down. They've been wanting the traffic down. That's why they're going to raise it up even more, so that nobody could drive into New York City. That's their whole goal. Let's continue.
who are driving in, their quality of life has improved as well, and I'm really proud of that, and I hope they understand what this program did for them. But lastly, this is also supposed to fund some really important projects. Now, when I first became...
No, why you said progress? No, now you flipping your lie. You got caught in your lie. You said progress. This is progress for y'all in your pockets. It's not progress for the people in the state or in New York City. How's it progressing for them? How's it prosperous for them? It's not prosperous for them, because if it's prosperous for them, then why do a lot of people want to exodus out of New York City, in the New York State?
Governor, no offense to you, but where were we headed? We were going off the cliff, weren't we? We were literally going off the fiscal cliff. I empowered Jano to find savings. He did it. To find ways that we could be smarter, more efficient. He did it. But I also knew that we needed to have an ambitious plan for capital projects that have been never even contemplated to the scale we're doing right now. It's extraordinary, but this program will fund $15 billion worth of those capital projects that are improving our system, improving it. So,
I mean, I don't know what's going on up there. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what's going on up there. Only the people that is in the tri-state area could tell me. Post a comment, or send me a video. Let me know. Like, give me a video footage, like, of what's going on with this situation. You know what I'm saying? If you happen to be there, get some footage. Send it to me. Send it to me and let me know what's going on. And I could get an idea. I prefer you not to say anything. If you send me the video, just show me and I could see what's going on. So they're making a lot of money and people are not seeing the money. Let's go.
and we did a little bit cheaper too. Amen. Cut 40% off the costs, but getting the same $15 billion worth of projects. That is good news. That is good news. And so we're going to continue. I'm not letting up. I think this is fantastic. And it shows how when we have the audacious vision for New York that others may think about in other cities, just can't quite get it done.
She's now disrespecting other cities. Why is she disrespecting other cities? Why is she disrespecting other cities? She's saying that other cities ain't got what New York City got going on. If that's the case, then why people are leaving and going to these other cities? Anyway, let's see what she said about these other cities.
We know how to get things done because we're New Yorkers and we don't take no for an answer. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thanks to all the advocates, elected officials, and those who got us to the finish line here. Let me welcome another dreamer, a big audacious thinker, someone that we're so proud to work with over the next 4 years. And that is our mayor, Zora Mamdani.
Here we go. Here we go. Now we got to hear what he has to say.
Can we hear it for our Governor, Kathy Hochul? Today, as we gather to mark a year of congestion pricing, we are also celebrating something that feels too rare in our politics these days. And that is the change that can come when government dares to do big things.
So that's right. It's a year of congestion prices. It's a year of congestion prices. That's how you know I'm out the loop, because I don't forgot today marks the day, or yesterday marks the day, or the day before marks the day of the year of congestion pricing. So what has been built for a year, if y'all getting millions and millions and billions of dollars, as Governor Hochul said, if that's the case, then why the city is still going through a lot of hell? Why is it still going through hell? Why people, especially the young people, want to get out? Anyway, let's hear this.
And we measure these things in statistics, and sometimes we lose sight of what it means in the lives of each and every New Yorker. Before I stood before you now as the mayor of New York City, I was an assembly member for Astoria in Queens. And in Astoria, there are many children who grew up with asthma, living close to what was described as Asthma Alley. And when I first became the assembly member, one of my staff members told me that one of the activities she recalled growing up in the neighborhood was that
he was an assembly member. Really? They set him up. They set him in this situation saying he was assembly member. Really? They said that he never worked a job. He said he never worked a job. Now he was assembly member. You can't make this up, y'all. You can't make this up. This is not adding up. Anyway, let's go.
at recess asking other students to compare and contrast their inhalers. That is the way in which this kind of pollution had been and has been normalized. And so, as we are here celebrating these cameras staying on, thanks to the governor's commitment despite tremendous pressure, we also celebrate what this has meant for New Yorkers, whether they are driving, whether they are biking, whether they are walking, taking a bus, taking the train, whether they are just breathing the air in the city that they call home. Because this is a program that has been successful no matter how you measure it. It's been a...
Look, at the end of the day, it's early to say what his intentions are, because a lot of speculation with this character, because he is a character, so is she. You know, a lot of people voted for this person, so they have to deal with the consequence of what's to come. You know what I'm saying? You know, so anyway, let's continue, y'all.
program if you want to measure it in noise complaints or you want to measure it in traffic. That is how it has been successful. And what we are seeing is that it is outstripping even the fiscal projections of what it would raise in a calendar year. We were anticipating that the first year would yield $500 million, and there were concerns of, was that possible to hit? And what we found instead is that this program in a calendar year has now raised close to $550 million. And I want to celebrate this especially because what the governor said is so critical. For a long time, we have asked the MTA to do the impossible without providing them with the funding that would even make it something they could consider. And what this program has done is commit funding to the very capital needs that have been put off for years, if not decades. And that is funding. Those are investments that can transform.
Then why is it a lot of MTA workers are not seeing the money they used to see? And why is it that the MTA workers can't have a second job? You have videos out there of MTA workers saying that what they're making is not enough to get by, and that they have to put in a report of their second job. So people have to make a decision, and they're not allowed to get overtime like they used to. They're not allowed to get overtime like they used to unless it flips the bill. You can't even get overtime with the MTA no more. Look, I don't know what's going. I mean, look, when I'm looking at the situation, y'all, it's just what this shows me is that the people is not happy. This crowd looks so bland. It looks boring. There's no excitement in this situation. It's boring. It's redundant. This is one of the most boring reaction politician video I ever did. There's no fun in it. It just looks so bland. It looks so doom and gloom. You know, I mean, it's crazy. We're gonna get through this though. We're gonna get through this. Let's go.
The day-to-day realities of a New Yorker. And so as we celebrate the increase in transit ridership, we know that that increase could grow even further in the years to come as more and more money can be then spent on the infrastructure that would make that commute smoother.
That if that happens, that's going to take another 10 years. That's going to take another 10 years. Like I stated, New York City is going through it just like every other state had to go through it. They're going through their situation right now. You know, New York City was on top for a minute. So was California, Chicago, and they going through a crisis. Detroit got out of their crisis, Florida got out of their crisis, the Carolinas, Georgia. Georgia is going through somewhat of a crisis. It's getting out of it eventually. Texas got out of his crisis. Oklahoma, Vegas is going through a lot. You know, Minnesota is going through a lot. A lot of places is going through a lot, and so it's frustrating to see that they saying that everything's okay. Yeah, everything's okay for them. It's not okay for the people. It's not okay for the people. It's okay for them that they get the money to do whatever they want to do with the money. It's not going back in the people's pocket. I could see if it's going back in the people's pocket, you know? So let's go.
Make it faster, make it more reliable. And I have to say thank you to all of the elected officials who stand here, whether at the city level, at the state level, the activists, the organizers, the advocates, who ensured that no matter what day it was, no matter what week it was, no matter what year it was, we all understood the imperative of dreaming of a different kind of streetscape in this city. And I was reading an article today about a driver from New Jersey who had self-identified as someone who was critical of the program. And he said, look, for all the $9 I'm spending, I'm now actually saving money I would have been spending on parking fees because I can now park on the street. And this is something that no matter which way you're approaching it from, we can see the success. And that is what we are here to celebrate, that success, that foundation. And
Okay, so if you want the Manhattan to be just subway and buses and not people driving, okay. So how is it, and you want them to take taxi because Uber and Lyft, they have to pay a lot because of that TLC, the congestion fee, them tolls. So not everybody has that type of money. You want to make all the buses free for a year. I'm hearing he wants to make all the bus stations free for a year. I don't know. I don't know how they're going. I don't know how they can sit face and telling the New Yorkers that everything's going to be okay. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I'm not buying it. I get it. He's very charismatic. He's young, and a lot of people want to have another face. They don't want to have the same old mumbo jumbo. I get that. You know, I get that part. You know, at the same time, I just want to tell everybody that's tuning into the show, just know that I appreciate you tuning in, moderators, members, and those viewing in the chat. I'm just concentrating on a topic, so moderators, if you see any disrespect from these people, just block them. I appreciate you tuning in. Shout out to my members. I got some more videos for you, members only. I'm going to go into that with y'all because, a lot of people don't participate like they used to in this channel. And that's why the last couple of live streams, I just cut it. Well, with this one, we'll see how it goes. I'm just concentrating on the content. So just to let y'all know, I appreciate you if you're tuning in to the show. Hey, it is what it is. It's a lot of strange things going on in this world I have to talk about, what I'm saying, what I've been noticing in particular. And so we'll continue to listen to this situation. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in New York City this year. Let's continue.
that dream of a city that recognizes the importance of public transit as the vitality of what makes this city so great. Thank you so much. And now, our MTA Chair and CEO, Jano Lieber.
All right, before we hear what the MTA chairman has to say, let me just say this, right? To you folks in New York City. You're going to have to be ready for a lot of officers putting in their badge and leaving and go work in other states. Because you're short of a lot of officers, and you're short with successful people. It's not too many successful people in New York City. There's people with money in New York City. There's not too many successful people in New York City. And Manhattan, particularly from 72nd Street to Lower Manhattan, has seen a decrease of people buying and investing. Before I left New York City, Park Avenue was the spot. Park Avenue was the spot. Madison Avenue was the spot. You go there, particularly in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, it was the hot spot. Now it's just a lot of people living in the streets. You have a big homeless epidemic in New York City. It's growing. Even if the person is working, they call them homeless workers because people are just not getting by. They want to raise minimum wage up. Okay, so if you raise minimum wage up, then prices of food and services go up. So how do people is going to be taking care of their business? You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on with that. That's what's going on with that. And another thing, I'm gonna tell you what I noticed the first 5 days of 2026. What I noticed is a lot of people are not given as much as they used to. I noticed that I would say since my birthday to now, I have seen a decrease, and I knew it was coming. So this is the reason why that I'm not going back and forth with people. You know what I'm saying? If you notice, I don't go back and forth with these people. They want my attention. I just ignore them. I don't have nothing to say to them. All I'm going to tell you is that a lot of people are not giving like they used to. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. A lot of people are going through it. Everybody's going through it. You know. So let's continue.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you for your constant partnership, your support. And I'm thrilled to be joined by Mayor Mamdani, who was a strong supporter of transit, in case you didn't know, for a long, long time, and is really somebody that we look forward to working with. Governor, it's the YMCA, so I was sort of hoping that the president would roll in here doing his YMCA dance in support of congestion pricing, but I guess I'm going to have to wait to see whether he does it when we go to court in a month.
See, they disrespecting Trump. They disrespecting Trump, and you see, a lot of you New Yorkers, you need the federal funding. Do you know that the federal funding will not come in to New York City? Then what you're going to do? How you're going to do your projects if you don't have federal funding? And then it comes to find out that you owe a lot anyway. Do y'all know that New York City is in high debt? Who's going to pay for the debt? You, the worker. You paying for the debt. Instead of that money going into your pocket, you going into debt. So they laughing about this situation with the case of Trump getting rid of the congestion pricing. They don't want to get rid of it. And what's going to happen is that a lot of people from the New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, let me just say the states: Pennsylvania, New York State, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, because you got people from Massachusetts go work in New York City. They'll take a 4-hour train ride down there, or 2.5, whatever the case may be. However fast the train is, that train that goes up there. So these people will pull back. Then what you're gonna do? You're gonna get New Yorkers to work in these places. Not every New Yorker has the high end way of dealing with money. So I'm hearing Wall Street is going to go to Austin or Dallas. Wall Street might move their whole scenario to Austin or Dallas. Okay? I still believe there's going to be a massive exodus of people with money leaving New York City within 6 months. Let's continue.
Listen, you hit all the highlights of the benefits of this, that we've achieved in the first year of tolling, and you're right that it's going to bring us more benefits, more than just less congested streets. It's the new train cars that you're making possible, the new signals, the more ADA elevators. We are changing the city by making the subway system truly accessible for the first time. And we're making it easier to know what congestion pricing is paying for by actually putting up proper signage that's going to say, this was paid for by congestion pricing, and that was paid for by congestion pricing. Listen, 2025 was an unbelievably huge year for the MTA. You put out a press release about it. 1.9 billion trips across the system, record on-time performance, subway, Long Island Railroad, Metro North, surging customer satisfaction, which is what we all want. And we're knocking out those capital projects funded by congestion pricing faster and better and cheaper than ever before, on time, on budget, many cases under budget. This is good government in action, folks. And I have to shout out the people at the MTA, Bridges and Tunnels, and the other agencies who worked for 5 years to prepare for that moment and made it. They're the reason, to a great extent, that.
And y'all still don't have respect for them. Y'all don't have respect for these people. You don't have respect for the Bridges and Tunnel people. Y'all don't have respect for them. Y'all just doing this for clout. Why those people can't speak? Why they can't come up and speak about on behalf of the MTA? Why is the chairman speaking like he's doing work? He ain't doing no work. He just talking. They don't have respect for those people. Those people got to deal with a lot of BS. Let's go.
We were able to execute congestion pricing so smoothly and flawlessly. This demonstrates what business-like government management can accomplish. That's what the governor asked me to do from day one. And we're doing it. We are identifying challenges, coming up with solutions in tandem with the communities we serve. So I am incredibly proud of this progress. Thank you again, Governor, for the tremendous leadership and support. And thank you also to Mayor Mamdani. As I said, what a thrill to be working with a truly pro-transit mayor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
It is my pleasure to introduce the RPA's leader, Kate Slevin.
Okay, that's about that. That's about that. I just wanted to hear what those three have to say. Before we get to the New York fatigue situation, just make sure you double tap the like button on your way in. Double tap the like button on your way in. To my moderators, if people are being disrespectful, just block them. Don't hide their message. Just hide them. Okay? Just look into when you click on the person's account, hide the user. Don't delete messages, delete messages respectfully. Just hide them. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just hide the message. If you are busy, moderators, if you're busy, don't put your phone in your back pocket, ladies, because a lot of ladies put their phone in their back pocket to listen, and knowing that you could time out somebody by purpose or remove somebody's message by purpose. Just come back whenever you're done with your business to watch the show, okay? I appreciate that. So let's get back to the situation. This is the thing what I noticed, and you know I haven't talked about New York City in a minute. This is what I noticed about New York City. It has allowed people to be so low value that the white Ibarasi woman has accepted low value men. Majority of men in New York City have lowered themselves. Did you see the men that was there? That was by Hochul and Mamdani. This is troubling. You got a bunch of low value men with money. It's not good. It's not good. The actual men of men have left New York City already. They have left New York City. They moved to the South, or they may have moved to the Midwest, and they have moved out the country if they are very successful. What I notice is that majority of men are accepting low value style. I'm gonna talk about that for members only because this is very, very serious. There's a lot of men becoming low value. They do not want to win. They do not want to better their lives. They don't care about themselves no more. A lot of men are letting themselves go in these cities. I can't recognize these people in New York City because I'm so far removed from that situation. And so it's just difficult to look at this, being that I was born there, and to see where it's going. It's just troubling. You something has to be wrong with you if you just accept the low value style. New York had a high president by itself, the style. So if you're looking good and taking care of yourself, you become a target in New York City. It's unfortunate because there's too many low value people living in New York City. And they want to take more money from you. This is crazy, y'all. You can't make this up. And the truth of the matter is, broke is the new wealth. Broke is the new wealth in American people's minds. This is crazy. Broke is the new wealth. And a lot of people would rather be broke than be successful. This is why it's very difficult to have conversations with people because a lot of people have accepted this low value mindset. And it's going to get to a point that you don't want to, you can't talk about positivity because people don't want to hear the positivity. People want to hear the drama. Saying people want to hear low value situations. you know let's get to the New York fatigue. Let's get to it right now. Okay, I got it ready. I'm going to get this from a credible source, and the channel name is Walk Talk Event. So I guess he's from New York. So I want to hear it from him. So let's get it ready. Let's hear what these ladies have to say. These ladies are pretty much saying what needs to be said. So we're gonna be here for a minute, y'all. So be ready. Get you something to eat, get you something to drink. All right. Let's hear what this fatigue is about. Let's go.
New York! So we've done Texas, we've done California. Now we're going to talk about why people hate New York. And if you stick around for the very last video, it's a girl that's got a rant about New Yorkers. But these other videos I think you're going to like. Let's check this out together. Hit subscribe.
So, my apartment is quite literally frozen right now. My bathroom, I just put this in here and it already says 30 degrees. I feel like it might change a little bit.
Damn.
My sink is iced over. My soap is frozen solid. My toothbrush is also frozen solid. That doesn't even move.
I've never seen this in my life. I live in Phoenix. I can't imagine seeing ice coming out the sink.
All of my
Okay, so he's from Arizona. Okay. He's from Arizona. So this lady is talking about everything's frozen because the boiler people, there's not too many people that's doing boiler work in New York City no more. Remember the situation that occurred in 2020, a lot of them didn't go for the thing. And what ended up happening is there's a shortage of boiler workers in the city of New York. A lot of people are not getting heat. They don't have too many people to do it because some of those people passed away. Most of the boiler people passed away the last 5 years, going on 6 years. So it's hard for them to find boiler people to do the work. So a lot of these upper scale apartments, a lot of those people paying top dollar and they are freezing the water. There's no warm water. People are taking cold showers or cold baths in New York City. While you got this mayor, new mayor, and governor talking about all this money coming in, yet they can't find people to do the common, important, one of the most serious jobs in New York City that people forget about is the boiler. Let's continue to hear what she has to say. Let's go.
My makeup is frozen and ruined. Absolutely all of it. My mascara is frozen. I don't know what to do. My landlord told me to run water through the sink to help the pipes, and that warmer weather is coming.
And that warmer weather is coming. It's not even coming. That'll be a long time before it gets warm in New York City. I told y'all it's not looking good up there. You got people living in these nice places. It's gone through it. People say, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, this young lady live in Manhattan, somewhere in Park Avenue, in a nice facility, paying $3,000 to $4,000 and can't even get no heat. The water is not even warm. And they'll stay there and deal with the abuse. They're not telling you that there's a lot of people not working at the boiler plant no more. There's a shortage of men working at the boiler plant. Either they passed away because of certain situations that happened in 2020. Some of them have done their 20 plus years and they moved to the South. So they can't even get young people to work in the boiler plant. Yeah, and it's good pay. Even though it's good pay, it's very, very, you have to be very, very concentrating because you could lose your life. So let's continue to hear what happens.
Currently living in an apartment that is below freezing.
That seems unreal if you guys have to live through that. Now, I'm sure this is a worst case scenario, but I've heard about your guys' pipes freezing. Doesn't water make them crack and explode?
Most New Yorkers don't know their neighbors. They don't want to know their neighbors. They don't want their neighbor to be friendly to them, or nice to them, or bad to them. Just like, hi, that's it.
Well, that's like indifference.
Indifference.
And you're fine with that?
I long for that.
You know what? We live in a world where some people wish it was like it used to be, where we all talk and communicate with each other. But I'm totally aware that there's a good percentage of people that are totally happy where people mind their own business.
Oh Lord. Before we get to what she gotta say, oh my goodness. Yeah, a lot of people are not communicating with each other like they used to. That's true. In these times we're starting to see that happening. Let's see what she has to say. I'm looking forward to seeing what she got to say. That face expression is funny. Oh my goodness, let's go.
They're called New Yorkers. Here we go.
So a lot of people say that New Yorkers have bad attitudes. I would like to argue that tourists don't know how to fucking act. Example, I was going to work yesterday, okay? I had my headphones in. My hair was like pulled back so you could see the bright pink ass fucking headphones in my ear, and I was looking down at my phone. But you know, you always cognizant of your fucking surroundings.
Whoa. Wait a minute. If this woman lived in Wisconsin or Phoenix, she would be the nicest Christian lady at the bus stop you'd ever meet. You put her in New York and oh my God, she's the spawn of Satan.
There's a group of
She respond of Satan. Yeah, Satan has taken over New York City. Satan has taken over New York City. Yep. Man, she going off the rails, y'all. Let's go.
tourists, had to be 7 or fucking 8 of them. I hear them talking near the staircase. Oh, but okay, so let's just ask somebody. Note, I am not the only one on the platform. Note, I am not the only adult on the platform. Note, there is a sign, like a map just past me, right? And there's an electronic sign for there's directions and shit. And all these people had smartphones in their hands, so they could have looked up the fucking directions, but apparently nobody who comes to the city knows how to look up directions, because why would you travel to one of the largest cities in the world and not know how to Google directions to walk to where you're going? But I digress. She had to have seen the headphones in my ear, because she walks up to me and I kind of step out of her way, pretending like I'm letting her walk by, because I don't want to deal with her. So somebody has earphones in, they're not engaging with you, and they're actively stepping away from me. You know what her reaction was? Touch me on the shoulder, just like that.
Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. The touch on the shoulder situation. Oh yeah, that could be irritating. I'm with her on that. That's irritating.
Just like that. Just like I'm a fucking employee at Disney World.
No, it's because if you put her in Wisconsin or Arizona or Utah, especially Utah, she's going to be the nicest lady in the whole mall. You put her in New York City, holy moly, she's raging bull.
World, and she has the right to touch me. Which, side note, you don't have the right to touch the employees in Disney World, but they're getting paid for that shit, and I'm just out here living my life. She then proceeds to talk to me while I'm not looking at her and my headphones are in. Then she goes and touches me again. I clearly don't want to talk to her. I don't have to talk to her. Y'all have smartphones. You all have Midwestern accents. You're clearly from the United States. You should know how to use Google Maps. And if you didn't know how to fucking navigate a city before you came here, that's not my fault, sunshine. I take out my earphone to tell her to go away. And that, once they saw me engaging with her, all 7, 8 of them surrounded me.
Oh,
so
wow.
Puerto Rican woman surrounded by white people with Midwestern accents. No. Immediately not comfortable, immediately turn on the attitude. Excuse me, why oh, by the way, I was wearing a KN95 mask and none of them were wearing masks, and they were all within 2 feet of me.
Okay, so picture this. If you're one of those 8 people and you surround this really wonderful looking Midwestern looking gal from obviously Wisconsin, and then you realize, holy shit, she's one of them. Oh my God, what a nightmare.
And even standing behind me again in my fucking blind spot.
Yeah, this is crazy, y'all. Oh man. This is wild, man. I get what she's saying. At the same time, it's not necessary to be so rude and disrespectful. You know, do people want to try you? Yeah, people will try you, in these streets. The streets can be very crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's go.
I look at her and I go, excuse me, why are you touching me? Oh, I just need to ask. You don't need to touch me to ask a question. Why are you touching me? I don't know you. Why are all you standing around me like this? I don't know any of you. Oh, well, One of them had common sense and like tried to be the peacemaker and tried to tell me like what he needed. I am talking to him with an attitude because they're still surrounding me. I'm telling him, yo, y'all need to like, no. And I'm stepping back. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. I'm telling them how to get there. But then this Kyle gets offended because I'm not talking to them with sunshine in my fucking heart. He goes, let's leave. And I told him, I'm like, okay, fine. I was telling you how to get there, but I guess my attitude wasn't good enough. He had the audacity to say, no, it wasn't. You guys are so rude.
Wow, that was amazing, bro.
The question is, who's going home to that? Who's going home to that? Who's going home to that type of person? Do you want to go home to a person like that? Do you guys want to go home to a woman like that? This Puerto Rican Ibarasi woman? Do you want to go home to an attitude like that? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Let's go.
Bravo! You almost want to go to New York City just to see if that really happens. She's not Carla from Wisconsin, obviously. Moving on.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know who can relate, but I'm tired of New York. Shit is mad expensive and dirty.
He said he's tired of New York. It's just expensive and dirty. Duh.
For what? Like, come on, it's a scam. This whole city is a scam.
The whole city is a scam. I'm glad you're saying that. I'm glad you're seeing that.
Like, no disrespect to New York, I love where I'm from, but what are you really paying for when you live in New York? The Empire State Building? Like, what are you really paying for? Top of the line service? Like, it's
Yo, he got me rolling when he say that.
really nothing that makes it special. I'm sorry.
Yes, didn't you just see the lady before? She makes it special. That's honestly why people go. They go and they say, oh my God, this is almost like the guys on Jersey Shore. No offense, just kidding. All right, check this one out. I thought this was interesting.
Reason why I hate New York and New Yorkers. Reason number 12,628. Y'all see this sign, right? Back in only, blah, blah, blah. See the block. Full, no parking, right? Why would you park this piece of shit in the other space? Eat up the fucking space so nobody can park. Like, how do you park your car like this? Get out, see it all in the other space, and just fucking leave it, bro.
Parking is terrible. Parking is terrible in New York City. Parking is terrible in New York City. Yo, parking is terrible, no lie. Parking is terrible in New York City, y'all. It's terrible. It's very terrible. Let's continue.
Mind you, I really need to park. I feel like fucking doing evil things to this car, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. It would be very New York of me, but I'm not gonna do that. You feel me? I've been living out of New York for a while. I learned how to, do things non-New York. But then you got this dumb person.
Wow. Wow. And I'm familiar with that place too. I'm familiar with that place. Things have gotten worse, y'all. Things have gotten worse. Wow.
It's like nobody know how to park in a fucking back-end parking space. Like, you can't parallel. Half these people can't parallel. If you can't back in a parking space, you can't parallel park either. Like,
All right, I got to be honest. Parallel parking scares the shit out of me, but I'm a guy that likes to walk all the time. You know what this guy needs? He needs to put on his shoes and go for a walk. That lady back there, she gave up driving and just said, I'm going to go with the motorized scooter. Screw it.
I
I loved it. I embraced everything about New York, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I love the culture, the art, the compression of all that people and opportunity, the smells, the sounds. I was a New Yorker, and man, did I just love it until I fucking started to hate it. I hated the homeless people who would wander around and in front of my $6,000 a month dump of an apartment.
So he's telling you what I just said. He had paid $6,000 for a dump apartment. He called it a dump apartment. And it's homeless people encamping in the area. Let's continue.
I hated the crowds that I would have to bulldoze my way through just to get across town. I hated having to scream at people who sat across from me in restaurants because every fucking place was so loud. I hated the expense, the noise, the congestion. And after a while, I didn't give a shit about the culture, the art. I just wanted to turn more inward. I wanted to concentrate on my creativity. And I no longer felt that zip that I originally got from just all that manic excitement. So guess what? This summer, I have moved from Manhattan to
Phoenix.
Nowhere, fuckingville.
So he moved to Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out to him. He left everything behind. He left Manhattan. He left the most important building he ever stayed in to move to Phoenix, Arizona to get away from the madness. Shout out to him. He got away from the madness. Okay, let's continue.
So if you guys agree with that and you're thinking about moving out of New York City, let me know. If you used to live there, let me know. And if you still do and absolutely love it and you couldn't disagree with these people more, again, keep your thoughts to yourself. No, let me know.
So you don't like Times Square?
I do not like Times Square. I do not like a lot of crowds and all of that. Like, even if you come down here during the holidays, Christmas time, like Fifth Avenue and all, because people are shopping and the tree is beautiful. I'm nowhere near there. That's not fun for me. Frankly, it's annoying. It's like, get the out the way. You know what I'm saying?
I could see how if you're a local down there and you've got all these tourists constantly getting in your way, I could see how that would make things annoying. But that's part of the reason why everybody loves your city, because there's a whole bunch of tourists there, right?
There's not a bunch of tourists there. There's not a bunch of tourists there like it used to be. The tourist has dwindled, sir. That's reacting to this video. I'm from New York. The tourist has dwindled in New York City, big time. Okay. All right, let's continue.
Same with Las Vegas. I mean, you know, it's what makes your city the city.
I was really excited. I was like, oh my God, like maybe I would want to live in New York because I've never like been here long term. I won't be living here. I literally cannot wait to leave. Like, I just feel like doing everything here just is difficult, whether it's like trying to just go grocery shopping or go run to Target real quick to grab something or like go into Manhattan. Like, it's just like nothing. I don't know. I just really hate the way of living here. I can't wait to leave. I miss DC with every last morsel in my body. I can't wait to go back. And then people are like, oh, well, like, how is dating going in DC or New York? And like, well, girl, you need to go outside. I don't like it here. I don't want to go anywhere here. So yeah, that is my Friday morning, I guess afternoon now, rant.
So are any...
Yo, people are getting exhausted. They're getting exhausted out there. I hear you, though. I hear you. You say you want to go back to the DMV? Hey, that's your choice. If you want to go back to the DMV, you know? All right, let's continue.
Any of you guys in New York City gonna miss this lady when she goes back to DC? I would venture to say probably not. By the way, my favorite college football player of all time, Cam Scadaboo, is now a New York Giant. If you're a New York Giant fan, I promise he's going to become your favorite football player. Most awesome kid ever. All right, next.
Hey, anybody that's from Maryland,
Don't them New Yorkers make y'all mad? I'm getting sick and tired of you New Yorkers moving to Maryland. Y'all always come here and complain and cry and talk about how much y'all love New York. Go back to New York.
Now, that's true. That's true. If you are complaining about a place that is not your expertise, go back to New York. I don't see nothing wrong with what he's saying. I wouldn't move to the DMV. However, he has a point though. Let's continue.
Go back to New York. Man, hey, y'all come here, y'all think y'all so high and mighty. Bro, y'all not that tough. Bro.
So he's basically saying that you guys complain like crazy. So let's be honest, New Yorkers. Do you guys complain a little bit? Are you guys used to certain standards in New York?
There are certain standards in New York. That is correct. I don't bring that down here, because I know what's going on down here. I get what's going on down here, been here for years, and so I see what be going on. When I say for years, I've been in other places too. Yeah, I've been here the most since I have left New York City, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see what else he has to say.
That you don't see in Washington, D.C. or Maryland where this guy is?
Why are people from New York so fucking aggressive?
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments right now. Reply back to this video. Everybody from New York is always so angry. They're mad. They project their voice too loud. They waving your hands. It's always a problem. We always upset at and I didn't realize this until I moved out of New York. Once I moved out of New York, I remember the first time I went to the toll booth on the highway, and the lady said, like, good morning. And that shit got me tight. Like, yo, who the fuck are you telling good morning to? Like, who the fuck are you talking to like that in that nice tone?
Don't tell me.
They're not used to that. And he's not used to it. He still got that New York attitude. He got that New York Rican attitude. He got that New York Rican, Puerto Rican attitude. He still has it in him. He has not let that go. You know what I'm saying? They have not let what they done there. They move to another state and bring the problems to another state and then get upset with that state. Yeah, this. You could tell that's a real, grimy, angry New Yorker right there. It's still in him. Let's continue.
Me what to do. Don't tell me to have a good morning. You know what must be crazy? When your little boy kind of loses that girly little boy voice they have, and all of a sudden he's talking like this dude. Listen to this dude's scruffy ass voice.
And I had to check myself. Like I had to really do some self-observation. Like I'm the problem.
No, it's not that you're a problem, but my God, your mom must have freaked the hell out when she heard you talk like that. How do people talk like that? I have a feeling that New Yorkers purposely make themselves talk like that. I'm just
no,
joking.
you
guys probably How do you naturally talk like that shit? That is crazy.
That's because of the trauma bonding. Because of the trauma bonding, sir. It's a lot of trauma bonding going on. It's a lot of pain. A lot of pain. New Yorkers deal with a lot of pain. You can hear it in their voice, the pain. Let's see what she has to say. This is going to be funny.
Okay, so this is the one where if you guys want to turn away, you can. She just really had a lot of shit to say about a specific bunch of New Yorkers that she deals with.
As a native Floridian, nothing pisses me off more than motherfuckers from New York that live.
She's from Florida. Why I said this is going to be one of those type of situations. All right, let's hear what this Floridian lady has to say. And she is into brothers, by the way. Yeah, she's into. Yeah, she's going to talk like. Yeah, get ready. It's going to be explicit.
Here, because they complain all the fucking time, and they make being from New York their whole personality. Well, guess what? It's my turn to complain, so let's go. All right, so I was working at Circle K, right? This was a while back, and I was in a couple of hostage situations. Not dangerous ones, more like when I'm busy doing something, I have this like fucking customer just yapping in my ear about stuff when I clearly have stuff to do, so they'll like literally like hold me in a conversation and won't let me fucking go. So I had this one customer that did that all the time. I don't remember what his name was. I just call him the New Yorker, because he would just not shut the fuck up about New York. And he'd be like, "Man, I miss New York, blah, 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 blah. I miss New York." And then I'm just like, in my head, like, go back. Literally fucking go back. Like, nobody is stopping you from going back to New York if you miss it so much.
She's right about that. She's right about that. Yeah, she's right about that. If that's true. There's no denying about that. Let's go.
Fuck, if you were in New York right now, I would be so fucking happy to get all the shit done so I could go home early. There was this one homeless man that walked in, and he smelled really bad, like fermented piss. The thing about him is that I could smell him coming before he even enters the store. So as soon as he did, I went and got the things that he usually orders so that it's a quick and easy, like, in and out situation. So I went and got him his Black and Mild, and then put it on the table. I was like waiting for him to come up to ask for it, and then give me the, like, what was it, 94 cents that I needed, and then just, he was off on his way, right? And then when he left the store and he was out of my line of vision, because I don't want to tell him that he smells bad, because I'm pretty sure he fucking already knows.
She's
so
mean.
like after he was gone, the smell lingered, so I just started spraying Febreze, because it smelled bad and it just kind of lingered within the store. So while that was going on, my boss was on the other register taking this other guy who was talking his fucking ear off. And he is a different New Yorker, but basically saying the same fucking shit that they always fucking talk about. So this guy, he comments to me, and he was like, "See, I know you're not from New York, because back in New York, that shit was normal."
She is full of piss and vinegar. Holy moly.
Homelessness is the most normal thing here in America. Like, it happens everywhere. Did you know that? Did you know that there's homeless people everywhere? And it's not a exclusive VIP thing.
Well, that's true. Well, that's true. She's right about that. Let's continue.
That only happens in New York. Did you know that? And also, did you know that you're fucking in Florida right now? And that literally just happened. They'll literally take any fucking mundane scenario and make it like an exclusive New York thing. And it gets on my fucking nerves. And the only reason I'm complaining about it is because I've been getting videos on my For You page of people that are from New York that moved here to Florida and are just fucking complaining about everything. It's like, oh my god, traffic is so slow. The construction is really bad. Why are all these buildings coming up and they're so expensive and like no one could live? I fucking wonder why.
Oh my.
Because the people is bringing the same problems down here. That's why. So some Floridians are getting frustrated, and they have the right to be frustrated about you complaining. Yeah, a lot of New Yorkers do complain a lot. They don't understand that this is not New York. This is a whole different environment, you know? Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, that's the people that's ranting about New York. You know, we pretty much close out everything. Yeah. If y'all have any questions, now's the time for your questions. If you got any questions, you know, I asked a couple of questions and I'm going to end this live stream. I've been on longer than expected. I didn't expect to be on in past an hour. Anybody got anything they want to tell me? Because I got to get going. You know, whoever liked the video, thank you. Thank you for liking the video. You know, if you share the video, cool. Let's see who we have in the house. Let's see. We have Mrs. Edwards in the house. Tell Mr. Edwards I say hello. We have a member of Keystone in the building. Yeah, we have Keystone in the building. We have Corey participated in the chat. We have Robert in the moderator in the chat that participated. And that's about it. I'm not going to respond to these people that's into the Mamdani, who likes Mamdani and all that. I don't got time for all that. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it, y'all. I guess nobody has anything else to say. Add on to the topic. Yeah, this is a quick live stream. I'm going to say this to you folks in New York City. You got a long 4 years ahead of you. I mean, you got a long 4 years to deal with Hochul and Mamdani. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, wee. Well, that's about it, y'all. I'm going to get on out of here. You know, yeah, it's been a lot of changes going on so far. I just realized the last 5 days so far on YouTube has been different. It's been different for me. Yeah, a lot of people. There's only a few people participated in this live stream. I noticed ever since my birthday to now, I have the least amount of people participating in my channel. No matter what I talk about, it's always 4 to 5 people participate. I get it. A lot of people's at work that's viewing in the clouds. I mean, I can't control that. So, yeah, that's why I'm going to end this live stream. Thank you for tuning and viewing. I'm out. Peace.